Usually how I like bring it up with people is that I just tell them I do video art. I basically like do video painting on a TV. I use a lot of circuit bent devices from like the 90s, just like old video editing hardware. I generally prefer a live setting because the whole deal with making stuff on an old television is that you don't really get the full effect unless you're standing right in front of it. Well, I think the thing that like triggered my interest in this kind of thing was the max headroom broadcast signal intrusion. This group of people who are still unidentified to this day, back in like the 1980s, somehow they overrode this news station's signal while an episode, like a rerun of Doctor Who or something, was playing, and they just like put out their own broadcast of this dude in a max headroom mask and basically just like babbled incoherently until their signal got overridden again. It just kind of made me realize that like there's a lot more to television than just like watching shows. Like you can do a lot of weird stuff with TVs. Other artists that inspire me, one of the biggest ones is Namjoon Paik, who was a video artist who like primarily worked throughout the 70s and 80s. He has just done a lot of cool like video sculptures. There's a pretty famous one in the Smithsonian right now. It's like a map of the United States and it's like all neon. Inside of like the states, he has like televisions throughout the whole sculpture, and in each state the televisions have different stuff on them. I've definitely gotten better at kind of experimenting and having more of a purpose behind what I want the end result to be. I can better like have an idea in my head and actually realize it. Well, I think people typically associate analog video glitches like television static and things like that with the 90s, because the early 90s were like the peak of VCR popularity and VHS as a medium. But I don't try to like associate a specific time period with anything that I do. I'll combine a lot of different like found things, like different like tapes or games that could be from like any time period. I'll even use a digital source, like just something that I have on an SD card that I got from the internet. I try to mix it up as much as I can.